Hello out there, everybody. Making sure my mic is good. Hope you're all having a good one, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. This is going to be maybe a bit of a difficult one to talk through. My dog's having a good old time, but I'm going to do my best. And maybe if questions pop up, I can try to answer them in a way that is good for you. But it is going to be a bit of a challenge, and you'll figure out why here real soon. So, there's a certain candidate who is a man, and I've been talking about this for a long time, that he's been saying that a certain day in November is going to be a day that we are set free. And it's hard to count on any specific dates because we've been waiting for so long and it seems like nothing is really happening. But what I've been intending to do this month, and I'm kind of changing my plan strategy as we speak, is focusing on preparing everybody for what is coming and what's already happening. So, the smartest thing I can share with you all and say, to the best of my ability at this point, is to plan for the worst and hope for the best. That is usually a good logic and smart thinking for lots of things, and it applies more than ever right now. So, and it's better to be prepared for things than to just wait for it to happen, because once things happen, you can't. It's too late. And so my message is not fear. Do not fear. Do not fear. It's what the Bible says. I don't know, maybe more than anything else, repeatedly, or it's at least one of the top things it says. I'm not afraid. I'm not worried. I'm excited for what's coming, but things will probably be crazy. But okay, so the title was not clickbait. I do have a prediction for you, and it's based on all 7-ish years of everything I've learned and tried to better understand from a perspective, military, civilian, financial, all that stuff. So let me circle back to how I started. Now that more of you are here too, now that a certain man who is a candidate has said for quite a while, which I've pointed out, that November, let me adjust my hands, November is going to be a day that we have the shackles taken off. And if you've been paying attention to him, you know what I'm talking about. He's saying it more and more, louder and louder than ever before. So I see one of two main predictions to take away from that, from everything I've seen and heard and learned. Number one, they try to take it away again. We know who the popular one is. The crowds, the enthusiasm, off the charts. The other side, nothing. You don't win things that way. It doesn't happen. It's not logical. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't happen. Okay. Besides all the other things we know. So, sorry, let me get back. Number one, either they try to take it, and I think certain forces, shall we say, step in and things get kind of crazy, or he just wins. And I don't know if it's going to be like late night. You know how these things go. It's going to be into the next day, but still, that day of 5 would, of course, ultimately be the most important day and a very historical day. So, like I was saying, oh, hi, Anch or Anchi. Um, like I was saying, to bring us circled back yet again, I have 2 choices on how to help you all prepare. And you're going to get different versions from different people this month. And I hope you take the wiser of the 2 and prepare instead of just planning everything to be, I don't know, great on that day. We should have learned from the last 2, 2016 and 2020, depending on who you are, that it can be very emotional and you can have a very bad day if you prepare. Oh, no, Cassie. No, no, no. Sorry. Just had a little doggy moment. Hi, Satcha. There was a doggy hiding right around the corner, but we're okay. It was just a little dog, too. Okay. Disaster averted, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so where was I? So, like I was saying, we all have a choice mentally on how we prepare. And I'm very confident that what I'm telling you is the best choice. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best, plan for, pray for amazing, and for God to do miracles like He has been already. Hello, Darcy. Welcome back, all of you. And so I really do feel great about everything that's happening, everything with Hollywood being exposed. People are really worried that this stuff is about to catch up with them. And you can see how lots of them react. Many of them have taken down their channels and posts. And there's so much stuff if you're actually following all that. So they're scared. And that means stuff is coming as well. But as far as the Bob Joyce and Elvis stuff goes, I've said before too that um, some of you have made some really great points in the comments too, and stuff that makes me think too sometimes. I really truly believe that Pastor Bob has some inside and big picture stuff he knows that we don't know. And he has never come right out and say the words, I am not Elvis. Hence, one of the hundreds of reasons why we've all been waiting and wondering and trying to get to the bottom of it. So I don't think Pastor Bob is trying to deceive us. I don't think he wants to do anything like that at all. I think his messages are really clear that he's trying to preach the word and lead others to the truth and do the right thing. So, what I believe, you guys can decide for yourself, is I think that he knows what's coming. He knows the plan that's in place to some extent, and he's biding his time. And he's just doing his thing. He's putting out music. He's still televising, if you want to call it streaming, recording the services, and he's aware of the talk that's out there. But there's really no reason for him to change what he's doing when we're getting this close to turning a new page. And it is close. So I believe he knows certain things, like I said, that we don't. And so it's not that he's trying to be, he's not trying to deceive, but he's just a part of everything that's happening like the rest of us. It's easy for some of us to look at him as, I don't know, trying to hide it or something like that. And so I've thought about all that kind of stuff. But that's what I believe. That's what I see. It seems like I would be more shocked if he wasn't EP at this point. There's a really great video, if you didn't see last night, that was posted about 8 minutes long, and it was, I think, 25 songs that him and EP both sing. It's a really good one and entertaining. Live talk between me and Gene would be cool. That would be great. He's always got a lot of people on his live streams. I do have contact with him on email, but I'm sure he's swamped as well. So, do you think that there's a special reason that Bob Joyce was invited to Mar-a-Lago? Special reason? I mean, it seems very logical, likely, almost a guarantee that he talked to a certain male candidate privately when he was at Mar-a-Lago. So, again, put two and two together on that one. Why was Pastor Bob supposedly just a small town preacher man there and leading a prayer? One of the 1,000 coincidences. So I think that's a great cover for having a little private meeting with him and maybe talking out the final months. I think it was April of this year, if I'm not mistaken, when he was at Mar-a-Lago and he led that prayer. So he didn't just show up and do a prayer and then get back in the car or plane, right? So there was a meal, there was a meeting, there was something. And yeah, Lisa's funeral, lots of people say that. I mean, I know the pictures and video weren't totally convincing, but it was enough for me. But it was, yeah, a little bit unclear. But uh, with everything else we've already seen, then totally, I believe all of those other things. Uh, the funeral, um, well, coupled with the fact that he wasn't doing a service, right, on that weekend or on the same day. So yeah, when you add it all up together, it's it's pretty obvious. Um, XRP, yeah, wearing my old nasty hoodie that's about wore out. So when I get some extra money, decide to do some clothes shopping, which I don't do often, I'm gonna buy some fresh XRP gear and yeah, some other merch. The white man XRP, keep the faith. Yeah, I'm really excited about everything that's going on right now. Me personally, I mean, just like a lot of you, ever since uh, 2017, January, whatever, day one, I've been waiting for bigger things to change. So to realize all the time that's passed and where we're at now is just, it's kind of crazy. Um, most of us never thought we would be waiting for this time, October 2024. But as they say, hindsight is 2020, and it really is. Let's see what we got here, comments wise. Yep, it's a lot of good news, a lot of things happening, and it's just like a steady stream. And you can really feel things heating up every week now. It's that's how I've described it too. For those who can see it and are aware, if you look back and think about sort of the pace of things that are happening, it's like every single week it just gets a little bit more crazy, right? Think about that. And that's no coincidence. That doesn't just happen. It's planned that way. And part of it is so people will start to realize and see, oh yeah, oh, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, maybe I should look into that. Maybe I should not waste all my money on bad food. Maybe I should eat better. Maybe I should buy a little bit of this and plan ahead. So, yeah, that's one thing to this day that still boggles my mind is how somebody cannot see any of it and think that is just crazy. That is one of the very few things that still blows my mind to this day. But at the same time, I try to understand it because if you're not paying attention at all, and I don't know, maybe you're just totally focused on your job in Hollywood or I don't know, your job in sports or something like that, then I guess I can still imagine being in that mindset. But for me, so much has changed too in the world in the last 8 years that how could I ever just not notice things? I don't know. But amazingly, some people do it. So, uh, yeah, like I said, part of my goal this month, besides trying to put out more interesting videos in a wide variety, is to prepare as many of you as I can mentally for what could be hypnotic November, truly, and maybe not all of it in a good way either. Uh, if you haven't heard the prophecies from Kim Clement, then I strongly recommend because there's a lot of them and they're pretty impressive. I forget when he died. I want to say it was before 2015. I'm kind of hazy on those details. Maybe some of you know. Um, yeah, Bo Polney is another great one to listen to, who's tied together a lot of interesting things with the biblical timeline of everything that we're watching. I haven't listened to him in a while, but uh, he's he's always got really good input to contribute. Um, where are we at? Build those bags and prepare. Yeah, actually, this month I'm working on a plan to uh, increase the XRP bag a little bit, and XLM. Those are my two favorites, and I think I'm just kind of sticking with those as my main uh, digital assets. But I do have a lot of others, um, and kind of my strategy ended up being XRP and XLM, and then a little bit of a bunch of different ones, with a focus on the ISO 222 coins. But there's going to be, I think, a handful of winners and a whole crap load of losers. But that's how it goes when you're dealing with how many coins are there now? There's like, I don't even know, 10,000, 20,000. I haven't checked in a while. I forget the website that kind of has the running list. But here in Massachusetts, it's business as usual, and I'm alone because no one has a clue. Wow, that is crazy. But yeah, I mean, a greater percentage of my family is does has no idea really, compared to what I've seen and know. Decentralized, yeah. Personally, I think Bitcoin has not much of a future because it's like the Commodore 64 of digital assets, or the Atari. It's like ancient tech compared to XRP, XLM, and other things. But I could be wrong. Uh, it's really popular, so it could still last and grow for a while if the economy soars. But it's not one that I'm going to buy. I'd rather go with what I think is the best tech, most use cases, as they say. You familiar with XP Market or XRP Market? Oh, XP Market. No, I haven't heard of that one yet. I'm really kind of out of the loop a little bit, just because from like 2019 to, I don't know, I'd say mid 2022 or the beginning of 2023, I was just, I dove deep into everything. I had so many apps. I was trying to learn as much as I could and investing. And I just kind of got to the point where, to me, it became really clear that we're waiting for the end of this year or 2025 before things really take off with the new financial system. So I just kind of got to the point where I'm good. I'm just going to ride it out. I'm not going to buy anything. Well, I'll buy a little bit, but I'm mostly just going to sit on what I have and just ride it out, just wait. Um, so I'm really kind of out of the loop on things that are happening. And yeah, I'm self-taught too. That's awesome. And yeah, like I said, XRP and XLM, uh, I I think those are both easy picks and winners. Um, but absolutely, more XRP than XLM is also my goal. But we are way ahead of the crowd on this too. So, um, hi Irma, welcome back. Yeah, time flies on these lives. It's easy to go off into tangents, and then especially if I got somebody talking about XRP, uh, because yeah, I dove deep. I'm self-taught too, just trial and error. Like I said, literally 30 some apps. Wasn't all XRP related, but just trying to figure out what is the best way, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Um, this change over from the regular stock market basically to the digital asset age. It's truly a once in a lifetime opportunity. And that's a whole topic right there that most people just don't understand. And most Christians think that you just shouldn't be involved because it's just the mark of the beast. But it's good versus evil. There's just like computers, the internet, websites, it can either be used for good or evil. And it's as simple as that. So it doesn't mean it's easy to get all the information and make wise choices. It takes time. But me personally, I have put in the hours, thousands of hours, probably just like the white man XRP here. And so we know it's a no brainer. Um, they say that like 10,000 hours of learning and working on something is mastery. And I don't know how many thousand hours I've spent, but whatever it is, when you put in enough time on it, you will get to a point where, excuse me, things that seemed complicated at first become easy and become clear. And so, just like everything else that's going on, oh, that's fine. You will get to a point where you will see that there's good people trying to do things with the financial system. And that's the world we're hoping for and wanting to see. And then there's evil people that want to do bad things. And that's the direction that the mark of the beast would go. Uh, the other big thing I constantly try to get through to Christians who haven't looked into it yet, but should, is that from everything I've learned, I think we're at least 5, 10 ish or more years away from getting to that point, just because the infrastructure is not there yet to make everyone sort of, or try to make everyone take the mark. There's still cash, there's still enough ability on the internet to figure things out and work with each other locally, right? Uh, there just isn't the ability to do that to us yet. Are we seeing things now that could bring us to that point? Yes. But like I've said before, one of my pet peeves is that Christians and many pastors just have this tunnel vision about the end times, Jesus is returning, mark of the beast, all this stuff, uh, because we're just not there yet. And I do believe it's coming. But what if, and this is what I believe, what if we have revival in the coming years? What if we have 4, 8, 10, 20 years of just um, God given prosperity and amazing things? I believe that. And after that, And after the full knowledge of God and good and evil, and all these things are made clear, and the infrastructure is there into the new age, yes, then it's very possible. Something can turn, something can change horribly. And it's one of those things, it's like, you'll know when we're there. You're not going to have to rely on some pastor or some creator to tell you. So that's why we just need to keep our eyes open, keep learning, but keep being active, doing good things, um, and we'll know when it's here, and we'll all have a clear choice about which direction to go. So, so yeah, we still got cash. We can use that. That's one of the things. I'm glad you said that, Irma. That's one of the best ways you can prepare for unknown times is just have lots of small bills on hand, ones, fives. Just get a stack of them, build it up. That's the easy thing to, you get change for a 20 or something, just hide a few of those dollars from yourself. Just put them in a drawer or something. Um, because if computers go down, if we have major outages, small bills are going to be awesome at that moment. And that's what you're going to want. Um, so besides food, canned food, dry foods, extra water, get some 5-gallon jugs if you can, fill them up and just don't touch them or just rotate them. And you're not going to waste any money doing that stuff. So, 1,000 years of prosperity starts next year. Yeah, I hope so. And that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I want. I get rid of my cash. Yeah, I mean, there's different perspectives on that, and I understand it. Just my message to everybody is to just be prepared as you can for any circumstance. What if we have an amazing next year, but we have a few weeks in November that it's like, I don't know, we're at home, things are going to shut down. We've seen it happen before in 2020, so it's not out of the question. If something like that happened, it would only take a couple weeks for you to really be glad that you had some of these things. So I would just rather um, plan for the worst, hope for the best. Okay, great. Revelation 13, verses 13 through 18. Mark of the beast. Come quickly, Lord Jesus. Amen. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up so I can feed this dog, patiently waiting, get some more coffee, and then get back to work on some stuff for all of you. So, I often forget to talk about the playlist and everything, but please, if you're enjoying the channel, please check out my many playlists of music, 95 Bob Joyce videos, and Measure of Hope is my former worship band, one of the best bands that I was a part of. What else? There's long, relaxing videos. There's piano instrumentals. Really great stuff for the weekend if you're trying to de-stress a little bit. So please check all that out. Thanks for listening, supporting, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. It really does help. And I'm excited to grow the channel for the biggest reason of all, not even to promote my own music, but uh, I've done some like homeless outreach sort of feeding programs before, and I would love to do so much of that with any extra money that I have. So that is my biggest motivation. So thank you all for supporting. I appreciate you all, and thanks. Have a blessed weekend. I'll see you again soon.